Hello once again, adventurers. I have been posting a lot lately just to make up for the loss of time because I've been busy. But this video today is mostly for dungeon masters because this is the reward for adventurers and for their hardship in dungeons or reward from a quest they have done. But these are just default or anything. I would say you don't have to give them this. You could change it up a bit yourself because it depends on what kind of level they are. Saying that you could give them old, not flawless or not just regular, like a really old and cracked gem to give them copper instead of silver or gold to start off with because its currency always changes when you start leveling up. Saying like you have your copper, your silver, your gold, platinum, and then you have your Aristotle diamonds, which is 5, and you go between 30 levels. So I would say level 1 through 5 would be copper. Level 6 through 10 will be silver. 11 to 15 would be gold. 16 to 20 for platinum. And 21 to 30 will be the diamonds. Because later on, the scrolls in the game get really expensive, and a higher level is required, and maybe a certain skill you need, like for reviving a fallen ally. It may be a level 1 or level 3 scroll, easy level to get to, and maybe a few hundred gold to pay for, but you gotta have a healing skill in order to even use the scroll. Certain of them you need Arcana or something, but in here it's just default. Like for party level 1, it has 10 different ways of giving 720 gold points, or a party of level 2, some way of giving 1040 gold. As if you're a dungeon master and if you have the first book, you can just keep going through, and it starts on page 126. Just keep going through, looking at all the rewards. You can mix and match. You can even take some of them and giving it as a reward into a dungeon, or just keep rewarding them in XP instead. Or as a quest item or a quest reward is that you get a special item that, if you meet certain requirements, changes its properties, and I'll go over that in the Dungeon Master Guide too, because there's a few examples in there, and there's none in here. But like, say if my party is level 5 and they've completed a quest or whatever, I would probably roll sometimes for this. Since there's 10 of them, I roll a d10, and say I rolled a 10, they get 110 gold points, or 100 gold point gem plus 10 gold points, or one potion of healing plus 60 gold points. In some way, it adds up to like 2,000 gold points. And that's probably per person to split it. They're probably assuming that you have a group of 5 or 6 people, one of them being a dungeon master, so 4 or 5 adventurers. As in my group, I have 3 or 4 adventurers off and on, so that there's these are like the heroic treasures up to level 11, which starts your Paragon path, and that changes your reward a bit, and it just keeps increasing the amount of gold. By the time you reach level 14, you're getting 42,000 gold in the default book. When you were level 1, you only got 710 gold. And as I said before, you can create your own items as well. The game is limitless, as I said in one of my first few videos. You do whatever you want in this, create whatever you want, and even the rewards is whatever you want. It's just not taking away any XP. As saying, once you reach level 30 and you're continuing to play, saying you don't want to end in your adventure at level 30. You want to keep going and going, and therefore the dungeons keep still getting difficult and much more until the entire party decides they want a new beginning, a new game set, or they can just keep playing as they're level 30, and you can make very tough dungeons or adventures or quests. Because saying at level 30, if they have not fulfilled their epic destiny yet, they get to 62,500 platinum pieces. Platinum pieces is either 10 or 100 times more rewarding than gold. It's 10 times the amount of gold, but diamonds is times 100 of the gold. Saying you have one Aristotle diamond gives you 100 gold pieces, and it is much easier to carry. As it was described, instead of having a coin pouch for it or a coin purse, you just strand it together on a piece of string or whatever for your diamonds. And even in here, I believe it says you get rewarded so many diamonds. So therefore you have, I think, 625 diamond pieces for this. I don't know. But your rewarding can go from anywhere from bonus XP or to a certain amount of currency or items, equipment, magical items. I mean, sometimes just for luck. I really don't go off of this anymore. I go by what they roll. So I let them roll 2d10s, one of them being the percent and one of them being the actual d10. I'll let them roll, and whatever the highest total is, it's whatever it is split among them. Or I have rolled earlier and put a default pile of whatever is in there. So they might not get lucky and have a low amount split between them, or have a whole bunch and split it between everyone. That's how I do it. I don't know how you plan to do it, or anyone else has plans to do it. Since there's 4 of them, I let them roll. If there was a bigger group, I'd put 2 of them together probably. But that is my reward system. You can have a reward system of your own, saying that if you roll a high number, you get a rarer item. I know that I played a 3.5 group. I didn't get to customize my character or anything. They asked me to roll 2d8s and come out with what I was, and I was playing as a pre-made level 3 monk from some other adventure that they let me play as. And I rolled, and I ended up getting a buckler for the character of the guy. But later on, when we were resting at a camp and no one was standing guard, goblins robbed me of it, and luckily I didn't need it because I was a monk. But this is just a reward system, basic default reward system in the first book. Currency is mainly the best because it'll help them pay off certain stuff. But as I was reading in some of this, it was also saying that maybe doing actions and remembering certain actions as a dungeon master or the game master can lead on to certain people, like in Skyrim. If you do certain quests and they like you a lot, they can let you take certain items or they'll follow you. You can do the same thing in here, saying that you helped a bartender do something, and like one of your people in the party goes unconscious or has a sick feeling or died. He may have something like a scroll. That could also be a reward later. They may not pay it off at the very end of the quest. They can pay it off later in the game. I really don't know how your reward system will work. This is my reward system. This is the default reward system right here. So if you come up with a better reward system, tell me. I might think about putting that in my adventure. As I said, if you live here locally in Lafayette, Indiana, just come down to the Castle and Comics. On Sundays, we start about maybe noon. We usually get there about noon or 1. We start playing. We have a real fun blast. Well, this is the reward system I went over today. So like and subscribe to become an adventurer today. Comment down below if you need any help, and I'll help you out in a video. So see you next time, adventurers.